ice pressure which is acting on the dam, and this usually happens in cold countries, and because of the expansion and contraction of ice particles at the surface of water, it will be exerting some pressure there, and that ice pressure is given by 250 kilonewton per meter square, and this occurs only on the face of the dam, because if ice is forming here, it does not have any impact here. Only on the face of the dam you will be having this ice pressure. So the ice pressure on the face of the dam is taken to be as 250 kilonewton per meter square. Similarly, if I take the wind pressure, see, if I draw a figure for the dam, and you have water up to this much height, it's not full. Wind will be exerting a pressure on this exposed area. This much area is getting exposed. This much portion is water. Wind will not be going through water, but this much portion is getting exposed to wind. So that has to be resisted. So the portion which is exposed to wind will be experiencing 1 to 1.5 kilonewton per meter square of wind pressure. So that's how you calculate the wind pressure. Ice pressure will be 250 kilonewton per meter square, and the wind pressure will be 1 to 1.5 kilonewton per meter. So next is the one of the important thing, wave pressure. You can expect some questions exclusively from wave pressure. And the waves in this dam occurs because of the wind effect. When wind is exerting a force on the water, water starts to wave, and it starts coming and impacting, giving an impact on the surface here. So you'll be having a wave on the surface. Wave is a surface phenomenon, so you'll be having a wave because of the wind. So if I draw the wave, this is the water level. This is the water level. And by after conducting different experiments, they have found that the wave will be something like this. So if you see, this water level is not in symmetry, it's not going in the center, it's something like this. So let that height of the wave, this is the height of the wave, from the crest to the trough, this is the height of the wave. You have the height of the wave like this. And after conducting different experiments, they have found that the pressure, that the force exerted by the wave on this dam is quite triangular in nature, and it is something like this. So it's triangular in nature. This is the water level, and below the water level you have a depth of, from the water level below that level you have HW by 3, and above the water level it is going like this, and that is about 4 by 3 HW, and the pressure is acting like this. The pressure diagram is acting like this. So after conducting different experiments, they have found that the impact of this wave is like this. You have a triangular variation, and it's going up and going down from the peak. This is the peak value, and below the water surface you have HW by 3. Above the water surface you have 4 by 3 HW. So this base has become 4 by 3 plus 1 by 3. This is 5 by 3 HW. And this maximum pressure, the maximum pressure you have here, that value is given by 2.4 gamma of water into HW. I hope it's clear. It's 2.4 gamma into HW. That's the maximum peak pressure. And if you find the total pressure acting due to wave, this pen, total pressure acting to this wave will be half into base into height. It will be half into base. You have already found 2.4 into gamma into HW multiplied by this base is 5 by 3 HW, and if you solve this, you will get it is equal to 2 times gamma into HW square. So this is the wave pressure, P of wave. And after conducting different experiments, they have found that this is acting at a height of 3 by 8 HW from the water surface. You have got the pressure wave where it is acting, so I'll be drawing it. You have pressure wave acting like this, just making it quite big so that you can understand. This is the pressure of the wave, and this is acting at a height, and this height is nothing but 3 by 8 hw. So this is how the wave pressure is acting. The wave pressure, this is triangular in nature. Below the water surface you have 1 by 3 hw, above the water you have 4 by 3 hw, so the total base will be 5 by 3 hw. And if you find the area of this, and okay, the maximum wave pressure is 2.4 gamma into hw, and if you find the total wave pressure, it is 2 gamma into hw square, and that will be acting at a height of 3 by 8 hw. This much thing you have to keep in mind. Now to calculate the height of the wave, so we cannot find this height of the wave by measuring it on actual ground. You can go there in the dam and measure it. You cannot do it. So that height of the wave is given by 0.0322 root of v into f, and v means the wind velocity in kilometers per hour, and f is called as the fetch in kilometers. Fetch means nothing. If you take a dam, on the upstream side, what much length of water you have. Sometimes water will be stored here, ground will be like this, and what is the linear length of water that is being stored, that is called as the fetch. So you have dam like this, and this is a ground surface going, and the water surface will be going like this. What's the length perpendicular to the dam? That's what's the length, the expansion of water, that's called as the fetch. So this is how you find the height of the wave, and this equation is applicable when the fetch is more than 32 kilometers. So this equation is valid. The height of the wave is calculated by using this equation, 0.0322 root of v into f, and v has to be substituted in kilometer per hour, and f has to be substituted in kilometers, and this is how you find the height of the wave.